I have specialty lights. Hey. Here we are on Three Alarm Comics, kind of shared universe broadcast little network. And today we've got Joey Fatone and Joanna Shirley from Level Up Entertainment. They book clients for shows, for conventions, for all kinds of different things, whatever you want to book them for. So,
bar mitzvahs, weddings.
Joey, joke about weddings. You know how many questions I've gotten for you.
Not doing it.
Could be one of those little surprise appearances. They seem to be doing well on YouTube anyway.
Wow. Really, Joe? You're not going to do weddings?
You know, the rule is you do them once and then you go, you know what? I'm not sure if I really want to do that. I did actually with the group in sync. We did a bat mitzvah one time for AOL, for one of the head president of AOL. It's weird. It's a small group of people and you perform. It's just weird. It's weird. It's like, I don't know. It's weird.
Of course, but it's like being on a cruise and you went on the Joker's cruise. I mean, and that's 7 days of you being captive by these people.
Right. Oh,
Joker's cruise is not a small amount of people.
You are not hanging out with Gopher, Doc, or Julie. You are literally, I mean, the couple of times that we've been at conventions together, you were like pressed up against the wall by like 50, and I'm not going to use the word well, how about robust women who were and I feared for your safety and your rib cage.
They were always it's always a nice thing just to be loved in general, you know, and you know what, there's always a lot to go around from me, so
that's too much
bring
love.
It on.
Too much love by the tonnage. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
How's everybody been dealing with this? This has been crazy. You know?
It's been fun.
So there's that.
Yeah, I work for the fire department, so we kind of get to see a lot of the stuff before it even gets to the hospitals. But we've been lucky. We had a few people on our department catch it. I think 21.
Wow.
And basically, one station went on a call and to a person who had it early on. And once you get back to the station, we have 3 shifts, and it just kind of spread from there. But once they got it figured out where it came from, they got contained and didn't spread any further.
And everybody's healthy, back to health and stuff like that. Even all the 21.
Every single person's back to work, healthy. Their family's healthy, so everything turned out for the better.
That's great. That is great. Good to hear. Heck yeah.
Good.
I like it. Joanna, how's it going on there for you? Where are you now? Utah? Where the hell are you? Colorado?
Same old, hanging out here in Colorado. And I'm over near Denver, so we're a big hot spot right now. But staying indoors, getting bored out of my mind, watching a lot of Netflix and playing video games. So.
Yeah, I bet for a while, all of us were like, oh, I don't even want to get on a flight. I don't want to go and shake hands all day. Now I'm like, shit, I miss it.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for, everybody. Be careful what you wish for.
Exactly. Ming, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I am missing not traveling. But I've been doing a lot of this and I just heard you were streaming as well. And I think it's keeping a lot of us sane, which is great. I mean, we can't be face to face. But this through the magic of technology, it's cool that it's able to bring us all together no matter where we are. So it's awesome.
No. Thanks, Gabrielle. You left me a mess singer.
Joey, this is Ming's personal hell right now because Joanna, he is looking down at you like under him. He's like, I want to hug her.
Right.
Ming wants to hug everybody.
Absolutely.
So like, oh man, so close and yet so far.
So far. I know. So you're right here.
So far, it's the extroverts who are really suffering right now.
Right. I'm about to crush my laptop here, but.
Yeah, we all got kind of lucky. We saw Joanna and Joey at Pensacon right. I mean, I guess that was probably about the last show of the year before everything kind of started shutting down.
Yep.
Well, that was actually last year that we saw you.
Yeah.
Was it last year? I'm sorry. They all jumped together. But yeah, we actually went to the one, and like I said, it was right before this stuff happened, and I was actually surprised. A lot of the guests showed up, though.
What do you think is going to happen now that this is going on, as far as now, like even the selfie pictures and all that stuff, like at the cons, like what are they going to, like, are they already trying to figure that out, or just
It's
people?
going to be a totally different world. You're going to have
Yeah.
photo ops with masks and
Am I gonna be a
hand
pope?
sanitizers everywhere. And
Plexiglass with the Pope and stuff. Is that what's happening?
The Fatone mobile. Yeah, that's cool.
They'll just have you on green screen in the background behind the curtain, and then they come up there and pose themselves in front of you.
Be like a petting zoo.
Oh, it's so weird. So weird.
Joey, the Masked Singer, it's one of those.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? That's a good idea. I'll just wear the mask and be like, listen, hey, I'm the rabbit today.
Oh, there you go.
Gonna have a mask on underneath, sanitizer spraying inside the mask occasionally. That'd be good. Little Lysol.
Missing fans.
It's crazy, man. It's just
yeah.
a weird...
Right now, I think the first show back that we have is going to be Huntsville in July 18th and 19th, and I'm not even sure if that one will actually happen. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I know. That's again. There's so many different events that the Kentucky Derby is completely postponed until September, and I'm sure it might not even happen now, and it may get completely like so many things are getting like completely just washed away until next year. Like, can't we just put a hold on everything? Like taxes, mortgage, put a hold on everything except for food. Obviously, people got to make a living. I get it. I get all that stuff. But just put a hold on it and say, you know what? This year just freaking sucked. Can we just erase it?
Didn't we say 2019 sucked too? Because
Yeah.
it did. I mean, I think it's getting worse. I don't want to see what 2021 is going to be like.
Cross your fingers. It can only go up. But if other than that, the Earth will probably explode. That's one or the other.
Hopefully, someone will rocket a child off to some other place, and they'll have their own stuff.
Yeah, after 2019, 2020 just went, hold my beer. Watch this.
Yeah, right.
Joe, you remember doing Rock and Shock? Yes, I do remember Rock and Shock. Oh, yes. It was actually one of my first ever conventions, and I didn't know much about it as far as being a part of a con like Rock and Shock. It was for, gosh, what was I doing? Incubus. I did a movie called Incubus with Robert Englund and William Forsythe, which was interesting. But I learned a lot from that. That was pretty cool. So I was reading. So sorry.
Well, sure. No, you've been doing a lot of streaming yourself too, with your 90s stuff.
Yeah, Joey. A buddy of mine came up with this idea, and he was doing it. And I said, you know, it'd be fun if you want, I'd love to kind of guess what songs you're doing. He goes, well, cool. Maybe you could be like a sidekick and help me out. And I was like, dude, why not? What the hell? So now it's Joey. What is it? Joey Fatone know. What does Joey Fatone know? And it's just basically music, and we play music trivia with celebrities and fans as well. So we'll have people, especially on StreamYard. What we're using right now is we do all that stuff and we run around, and it's just fun. It came out organically, and it's not like the best show out there, but it's something to get your mind off of things for an hour. Something fun, things that and we've had so many different people. I had Jason, of course, Green Ranger. I've had Wayne Brady, all these different people. Just fun, just to do it. Why not? Joey, hope you do Eat and Beat again. It was awesome. Thank you, Valerie. We hope to do it too. I'm supposed to do it in October. I already got called to come back and do it. And this was like after we did it the first year. It's called Joey Fatone and Friends. It's over at Epcot at the Food and Wine Festival. And I did that last year, and I'm probably gonna do it again this year. But hopefully, again, it sucks because I can't even say yes or no because we don't even know what the hell's going on. I mean, the theme parks are closed, for crying out loud. I mean, it's crazy.
I was hearing something that Disney might not even reopen until 2021 now.
That's what I'm hearing too. Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh,
yeah,
no.
There goes Christmas.
Insane.
Yeah, exactly.
Joey, be prepared. That Valerie girl, that's my sister. She's probably gonna be posting a lot of questions.
All right, I'll answer them. No worries.
So
sorry, Valerie. Jay's your brother.
So are you doing this nightly? The Joy. What is Joy?
I'm doing it. We did do it weekly. We did it Monday through Friday, but that realized we got it it's a lot. It really is. So you can see how people are doing more separate. So we do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday now.
Okay.
We just started this past week. We're gonna go on from now on from Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday we actually got is it Monday? We got Michael Rosenbaum on Monday. We got Nick Lachey on Wednesday, and I'm not 100% sure what we have on Friday. I think we have somebody. I can't remember. But it's weird because now I'm actually, again, we're doing everything. I'm actually booking the talent. We're figuring out. We got my boy Jason that does all the video stuff, and then my buddy Joe who does all the stuff that you're reading underneath and all that stuff. So it's pretty crazy, fun, but it's a lot. It really is. I mean, again, it's amazing how people now are buying like lighting things and buying background drop.
Yeah, green screens and ring lights and yeah.
Jeez, it's amazing.
Well,
Yeah, we're
how's
working
your
on
other
integrating some of the Level Up clients into his show, and just seeing whose schedules work with what. And
try to get people to come out, man. Just to have fun. I mean, that's what it's all about right now. I mean, entertaining. I mean, really, it's like getting. Again, we all want to make a living. We all want to make money because obviously it's our livelihood. We have families. People have families, kids, friends, whatever you need to do. But in reality, you could see so many people are doing this just to do it to stay sane. That's the thing. That's the best part about that. So
Keep conversation alive.
exactly. We've been doing a lot of
Joey,
hockey lists.
how is the? Well, I mean, I know you're probably shut down, but how is things surviving so far with Fat Ones?
That one's has been it's slow but good. I mean, I think we've been going a couple little different places where there are food trucks or where they need us. We haven't done a whole lot. Obviously, there's so many different festivals that we were booked up for that, of course, have now been postponed or canceled. So, as far as Fat Ones is concerned, we're doing things here and there as much as we can. I definitely want to do where I actually try to go out somewhere where they're like even like with the hospitals and stuff like that. I haven't done it yet, but we've been talking about doing something to where we go to the hospitals either one shift during the day and one shift during the night. Because even somebody brought it to my attention that a friend of mine was like, "Listen, it's like really cool that." Oh, Ryan Cabrera is who actually told me about this. It's true that all these people. Yep, there it is. It's interesting that all these people for food, they're all going during the day to the hospitals and the doctors and making sure. But what about the night shifts? Are anybody feeding the night shifts at night? What's going on there? So he went at night and did that. So I may try to do something like that to where I can get the food truck there or make all the things for them and then send that out, which would be kind of cool. I think it's something that we're definitely going to be doing at some point, but we're really trying to figure out where and when. And actually, we're going to be probably donating some masks. We found some the N95 masks as well that we're going to be donating to some people, some hospitals and stuff. I think I'm trying to find out, even to go like to my roots to Brooklyn, New York, to donate some in Brooklyn. I'm just trying to figure out where, when, how many we have, and all that kind of stuff. So again, anything that I can do, I'm trying to help out as much as I can, or the connections, just to be sane and to help out as much as we can.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Nowadays, that's basically giving back to your communities is how everybody is doing their part with all the stuff going on.
Oh yeah, it's funny. I actually the other day it was kind of funny. It is. It's almost like the barter system to where my dad. I haven't actually hung out and talked to my dad in obviously a few weeks, over a month or so now. And my dad's kind of a high risk. He's older. He's in his 70s. And I wore a mask, and my mother goes, we tried to look for clippers for a haircut, and he has no clippers, and they're all sold out. Everybody's buying hair dye. People are buying stuff for, I said, great. I said, actually, I buzzed my hair. I chopped it all off. And my dad was like, you mind bringing them over here? I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. I put a mask on. I had gloves. I did all this stuff. And then I actually buzzed his hair. I gave him a haircut. Trimmed it all off. I'm like, I don't know what it's going to look like, but screw it, dude. You got a haircut. So, but again, it's like one of those things of just helping people out. And the funny part about that is my mom goes, thank you. What do we owe you? I go, nothing. She comes back and she gives me a thing of toilet paper. I said, you know what? I'll take that. So we got a barter system. I cut my dad's hair. They give me toilet paper and paper towels.
Go from one end to the other.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's funny you say that about the hair dye. A lot of my students are dyeing their hair now because they're not back at school. So like they have hot pink hair, hot green hair. It's funny watching them on these Zoom meetings.
My kid is losing it. She's a first year college student. She was so excited. Obviously, year of freedom. No mom and dad around. Tell her what to do. She's having a great time. And then you get a call that you got to go back home. Basically, she wasn't that happy. Let's just say that she's just in one of those ruts. I feel bad for her. And my little one, my 10-year-old, this is freaking playtime. Are you kidding me? I can go on my Nintendo Switch. I can go on my iPad or my phone all day if I really want to. We actually had to limit her. I actually put the limit on the iPad to where she has to come up to me every hour to put in the code just to make sure I can monitor what the hell she's doing. Because the kid would be on it forever. She'd be on it for hours. That's the thing. It is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But we're trying to figure things out, fun things to do. Obviously, bake. We've been cooking. Animals are always good. I got 2. I just bought.
You been
Because now
cooking
that I have
animals?
time to bond, I bought 2 sugar gliders.
Oh, wow.
2 of those little son of a guns. Yeah, I'll grab them in a minute to wake them up. We'll see them, but it's pretty cool. It's actually been fun. You're supposed to bond with them for a while and be with them like.
Yeah, they crawl around on you, and they got little claws. Yeah, I've seen them. They're cool.
They're cool as hell. They just pee and poop everywhere. That's the only not fun part, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I guess
Joe,
that's
can
a
you
good
sign
question.
my Funko Pop. Real talk, Michael. Where how am I gonna let me?
Yeah, put it up to the
That's
screen.
what I'm wondering. Is there any way with what's going on, everything else? Can you? I mean, is there a way to set up things where? I mean, that's the worst part is even mailing them. You never know what you're going to get and what's contaminated, things like that. And plus, I know they've been doing a lot of these virtual conventions online. Everything. How are you? That's what I was wondering is how you would you feel safe being able to do?
It's one of those things where you have to judge. You know what I mean? Meaning, you just kind of have to go, okay, do I really want to do this? Is there a real chance of me getting sick per se? That's the only. I mean, for me, I actually want to even check to see if I'm, I've already gotten it or not. We don't even know. I don't even know. I've never got tested or anything, so I have no idea whether I've had it. Because here's the funny thing: for me, when I was on the Practical Jokers cruise, February, after I got off, I had a fever. I wasn't feeling good. I felt like crap. I was lethargic. I was like, I'm going to stay in my room. I took vitamin C. I took Dayquil and NyQuil for 3 days, and it went away. Obviously, a month or 2 later, this whole thing comes out, and I'm like, okay, did I maybe I had? I don't even know. I'm like, maybe I had it, maybe I didn't. So again, you don't know if you can get it again. I mean, there's so many different things that I have no idea what to believe now. I really don't. So that's why my ass is just staying at home. Go to people's homes that I know that have been safe or have been quarantined for weeks on end. To make sure, okay, are we cool? We're going to hang out? Because, again, even my friends, I'm like, listen, no disrespect, but I ain't going to your damn house because you had 18 people over the other day or 5 people the other day that I don't know where they'd been before that. So it's kind of like, so with the convention, it's one of those things where I think it's going to take some time to really open up, and I think, doing Cameo and stuff like that is fine, just to reach out or people, because now I've been getting so many, where people are like, listen, my kid is upset or sad or depressed. You mind saying hi and encouraging words? It's not even a birthday anymore. It's not even a wedding or you're breaking up with somebody, bye kind of shit. It's more or less a legit, here's the deal. Say something funny. And it's weird because you're like stuck going, what the hell do I say? Hey, I know things are shitty, but what do you do? What do you legit say to, but again, you try to do it the best that you can to lift people's spirits up. Like what's the John Krasinski? What's his name? Thank you.
Yes.
Doing the good news stuff, which is awesome. I think it's great. So I'm trying to figure out.
Congratulations on the COVID.
Yeah. It's just trying to figure out what would work. Because again, just like anything else, yeah. Have I made a little bit of money and saved it? Yes. Am I okay right now at this moment? Yeah. Is it going to go on forever to where I have this money? No, it's not. It's life. So we have to figure out what kind of revenue we can build to bring in something, because it's things add up just like anybody in any situation that they're in, whether they're, living paycheck to paycheck or they're sitting pretty. Things are going down no matter what for everyone across the board. It doesn't matter. It has no race, no gender, no nothing. It is what it is.
Yeah, there's no prejudice at all involving this here.
Very, very true. Moshi, can't wait.
So our friend John Moshi in Orlando throws a hell of a party for sure. Yeah, check out Moshi Productions for sure.
I'm ready. When are we partying? Gosh, people.
Yeah, I've been to a few Moshi Productions. So.
I think people are going to be blackout drunk when it first happens. When everybody gets out, it's going to be a shit show. I think it is.
Really, you think so? I think people have been building up their tolerance while staying at home.
Yeah,
you got a point. You got a point there.
But yeah,
they're just practicing up.
every street's gonna be Bourbon Street for sure for a little while.
I don't know. Downtown Ocean Springs over here, man, they're partying on. Every bar has a pop-up bar. You walk up and everyone's down here. It's like Mardi Gras down here.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's gotten pretty bad. I'm surprised it hadn't had an outbreak or something again. But everybody's been really good about maintaining their distances, keeping small groups if they're doing something. But do you go look at video of downtown New Orleans? It's like a ghost town right now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's clean too.
Yeah,
Can
it's
only
clean.
imagine. Yeah. I'm about to say, for once, maybe the streets don't smell. The Bourbon Street won't smell like alcohol. Maybe it will clean it up for like one day, and then let's go mess it up again, which I love. I love
Right.
it.
It'll be back to puke and pee smell.
Yeah. That's what I say. It's all vomit and urine.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, just
But
the
just like
month that
Venice.
everybody's been quarantining, all of a sudden we've seen all of these natural areas come back, and like the Earth is actually recovering a little bit while we all stay at home.
Do you think we should do something like this though now every year, to where it's like, because you think about it, you got 9/11, people remind, again, I know it's a tragedy, but people are remembered. They'll take a day. Some people. Do we do something to where we're like, hey, let's remember COVID. Let's take a month or a week off to let the world and the Earth heal again. You know, that's interesting to think about.
Earth Month, yeah.
Yeah. As long as they have our employers still pay everybody.
Right. It's interesting now, out of the woodwork, how people you thought who had money are now calling people up. Has anybody got that call yet? Because I've got a call like, oh, hey, how's it going? You know, I haven't talked to you in a while. What are you doing? There's a new business idea I have. I'm like, yeah, well, so is everybody else and their mother trying to figure out what's going on. I get it. But it's weird. Weird times, man.
I'm a teacher. I don't have any extra money. They don't call me at all for anything.
Just call about
It's tough, man. Are you doing
Orlando.
like the homeschool? Are you doing Zoom and stuff like that as well, where you guys are doing it with your class and your students, or?
Yeah, we have Google Classroom, Zoom lessons, and I have my two children here. I have a high schooler, and I have a fifth grader. The fifth grader you met at Pensacon.
Right.
She still talks about it to this very day. But I mean, between teaching them and teaching my students, it's a very big challenge.
I can only imagine.
I hear about it from Wendy, who runs our anime division, and she's a teacher as well, and she's working more now than she ever did.
Isn't that crazy?
Ask Scott. I usually hang out with Scott all the time. I haven't seen Scott in almost 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been quite a while, and usually it's one of those things we didn't see each other at least once a day. Something was really wrong. Now it's just we do this every once in a while. It's about the only way we can see each other.
Right. It's crazy. So crazy.
Yeah, I'm still loving kind of the bars and everything. Like I said, we were speaking about that a little bit earlier. They a lot of places now you can get drinks to go, and it almost is like New Orleans. You know, the whole open container law thing has just gone completely out of the window. I actually ordered from one of the places, a little pizza place we go to, and they do some of the best margaritas I've ever had. And he's like, "Well, I used Uber Eats to get it here." And next thing you know, I've got a 32-ounce margarita delivered to my door with my seafood bread.
I love it.
I think the only rule is that it's got to have some kind of lid on it, right? That's like
That's all it is. That's all it is.
Piece of tape.
You ordered the 64-ounce, but the Uber driver was like, you know what? This does look tasty.
Right? Is there a place as you're driving to New Orleans, there is a daiquiri drive-through?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
There is a place over just on the other side of Slidell. There's the daiquiri drive-through barn.
What do you like? What do you got, freaking Dr. Doolittle going on over there, Joanna? You got your freaking dog.
Joanna, who is that?
This is my cat, Nico.
Nico?
Yep.
But that look like Nico's missed a meal.
Right? Why'd you name him Nico?
What?
Why'd you name him Nico?
It's actually Japanese for cat.
I didn't know that. I learned something new today.
See, I'm learning something new or other. What's up, Matthew?
Oh man.
There. I mean, it's just so crazy. Yeah. Don Julio's in Orlando. You could pick up a milk jug to go margarita. Pick it up today. No way. Holy shnikes.
So that's a gallon of margarita. That's a whole gallon. What, 128 ounces or something like that?
Hey, Sunday fun day. You know, I'm sure I probably will have something to drink after this. Or why after? I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Why would I always challenge Inner Scott?
Krista went to.
Wine.
Krista took me to go eat the other day, and there's a daiquiri bar, and I swear to God, the line, everybody was 6 feet apart, but the line was probably a quarter mile long of people waiting in line to go into the daiquiri bar to get their daiquiris to go.
You got to love Mississippi. You just gotta love it.
You gotta love alcoholism.
Mississippi,
Yeah,
I love Mississippi.
What is he?
Yeah, but we,
Is he grabbing like his blender? I think
I guess.
he's making a margarita.
Probably.
Or he's building a tiki bar.
You guys talking
damn
about
it.
Oh my
drinking, made me
God,
want to
you
drink
never
now.
know.
That's not good. I got a big tall glass now and
The
everything.
solo cup. Wow, man, we're
But
doing.
it's a plastic good solo cup. Like they're ones that you can they're like insulated. It's amazing.
oh, damn
Just filled with tequila. He's like, that's the way to make a true margarita.
it. Joey's going to make me start. Which really doesn't take much, but you're going to making me have to go start. Grab me something.
Yeah, this is actually.
Not three deep, Scott.
You're a bad influence on me.
Sorry. I should have done this before we started. See, that's called real right there, people. It's gonna be knee walking when this thing is over. Knee
Well,
walking.
damn it! Now I'm going to have to step away for a second.
Oh,
Go for it.
what? Everyone's. Can't you just call DoorDash and get your margarita delivered to your podcast setup?
Ming, you know Scott has a fridge full of stuff. You know
I
that.
do. I do. I know where the room is. I know where the fridge is, and I know what's in the fridge.
Yes.
I know what's in the fridge.
And if I'm not mistaken, isn't there a little hole like bored into the side of that fridge where he put a tap so you can put a
There's
keg
a, there,
in
there is a
Oh, I
keg
thought you
in
were
the
gonna say
fridge.
something
There
else.
goes Joanna.
there?
There's a kegerator.
I
All
hope
right, there we go.
I hope he's not using that hole for that.
Jay, it's your turn. Well, when Joanna gets back, you can go and get your booze. And then Ming, you go and
I don't drink.
you and me both, boss.
Hey,
We're
there's
stuck.
nothing wrong with that either. You can drink
I got my water.
See, I haven't.
Oh,
that's the
yeah.
thing, I really haven't really drinking a lot, but like, I found that doing these, as far as like even Zoom or whatever, like I've been having like happy hours with people. That's been actually an entertaining thing. It actually has been kind of entertaining. You know. Ooh,
Well, I
what is
found
that?
these-
That's Schwab. What is that? Cherry?
Well,
Scott?
no, this it's a Pinot Noir, grape, and black currant sour.
Interesting.
There's a lot of flavors going on there.
Yeah, it's really good. I got to admit, I was very, very surprised with it. It's made out of Orleans Parish from Parish Brewing Company. So
Okay.
It's like it's a Pinot Noir
Interesting.
bottled in 1876.
my wine beer.
I'm expecting a sommelier over your shoulder, Scott.
Here, I can give some to
You
little
care to
Joey.
skip the cap? Hey,
Here, I can. Where'd it go? Let's see.
get that
I can-
over there.
Pour it in my little Ming Chen glass here.
From the Ming 10 pint glass. Yeah, that's the classy way to do it for sure.
Oh, very classy.
Nothing like drinking wine out of a pint glass, Scott.
It's a beer.
It looks like a black cherry to me, like a black cherry soda.
Yeah.
Screw it.
Looks like a Dr.
Well,
Brown.
you said it was a sour, so it's definitely a beer.
Oh yeah, it's not too bad. It's only like 4.8%. So
Well, the 2 shots of Everclear you had in the glass before that brings it up to a startling 86%.
He knows you too well, Scott.
Gosh.
We have
Yeah.
gotten close over the week, Scott.
Motion.
yeah, they were. Yeah, I'll tell you that was the one thing. Well, but you got your bad habit. I don't know if you still do or not. You smoke cigars too, though, right?
That's true. Yeah, I have many bad habits, Scott. I curse like a sailor, and I'm trying to be really good here. You'll notice.
Oh no, you could.
laugh instead
By
of
all
the-
means, you can have at it. It's not that big of a deal.
Nope. No,
It's,
no.
it's,
No, it only
it's
depends on
always
who you talk
good
to
when
if
you
they're-
use it in
they're
the
bad
right
habits.
way.
Exactly.
You know,
Well,
if you're just throwing words out there and cursing.
actually, I don't know, Joey. It's really good if you do it in the wrong way too. So,
True. You have a point.
you know, I'm at Zoom church this morning, just letting the F bombs fly.
I wonder if anybody has ever actually hacked into other people's Zoom conferences or something.
Actually, they have. It's called Zoom bombing.
Yeah,
And there are AA meetings where people actually break in and they sit behind their bar and they mix drinks while people are like, wait a minute, what are you doing? And they're like, just making myself a Tom Collins. And, you know, it's like, Now I want a Tom Collins.
Oh, see, that's
Oh,
funny and wrong all at the same time. Which
It is so bad and so good.
hi from Russia. Somebody was saying hi. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's
hello to
Kirill.
Russia.
We weren't ignoring you.
Yeah, our friend Kirill tunes in almost all of these, all the way from Russia,
He's
Moscow.
amazing.
What
Did
time
we
is
ever
it there
find out
right
if he
now?
was the one who was pirating us, Ming?
Let's just say yes.
Yeah, let's say he was. And God bless you, Kirill. You are the man. And I mean, I don't mind being pirated because we don't charge for our podcast. So
Let it go.
it's free anyway. So
Let's see,
What time is
Russia-
it there in Russia right now? I don't even know.
It's got to be like 10 o'clock, 9, 10 o'clock at night, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be easier just to share the the original stream?
probably, but I don't know. I have no
Are
idea.
there
what
restrictions in other
streaming
countries
thing.
that you can't maybe? I don't know.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that free over here is free over there.
But I'm sure they can barter toilet paper or paper towels if they like.
Yeah, there you go.
Figure it out.
Hey,
Get it-
cabbage water for podcast, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know what the whole deal with the toilet paper was, though, because I mean, is that somehow miraculously stopping the virus of getting to you? And I just don't get it.
It was like one blip said that one of the things you can get diarrhea, but it was like very low on the totem pole when you're sick for some reason. And then, but no one even ever said it. I remember that. And just when they just said about this virus, people started buying toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
It's always
Insane
been bread,
amounts
Does
milk.
someone have a
toilet
leaky
paper.
ass? Like what is going on? Is everybody in the world eating tons of potato chips that their ass is leaking all of a sudden? What the hell?
Yeah, I just didn't get it. I mean, luckily we ended up. I mean, I buy it pretty regular anyway because
Don't we all, right?
I was having to buy it for. Well, I was pretty regular, but we had a decent supply beforehand because we get it for the shop here too. But man, but one thing I did love though was a lot of these grocery stores and places basically were saying, nope, we're not going to take back any hand sanitizer. It's yours. We're not taking back toilet paper. It's yours. And I think in Kentucky, a guy went around like 6 counties and bought everything, and the government came in and made him donate it all back. He couldn't sell it at all.
Idiot. Oh, I remember that. Didn't he have like a garage open? It was a picture of him. Was that
Yep.
the same guy?
Oh yeah, he had to pass it all out.
Amazon.
Idiot.
And Joey, for a fact that toilet paper is currency. One haircut equals roll of toilet paper.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or should we start going by the squares?
One for you.
Only if he
One
goes
for
for a
you.
fade.
Square per hair.
I don't get it. I didn't get any of that. But it's true. It's like it's a barter now with people on certain things, which is kind of cool. Like meaning like I think a lot of people have definitely been coming together with things you wouldn't normally think about and just like, you know what, dude, you need it more than I do or whatever it may be. Take it, please. I want you to take it, whatever it may be. I'm not really sure 100%, but like I'm just saying there's certain people that are so much giving now, which is great. I think it's an awesome thing. I can only imagine what's going to happen on the outcome of this. Who's going to be the person be like, listen, I gave everything. Now I'm not giving nothing anymore. Screw you. I'm sure there's going to be people like that, which is going to be interesting. Again, there's a lot of weird people around here. The more I drink, the more I make stupid shit up too. So I don't know.
See, that's how you do it. Yeah, Liz says their local pizza shop. Here's a roll of toilet paper with your order.
That's awesome.
That's no confidence in your product. I'm sorry.
Hey,
That's
we
yeah,
got
yeah.
a place around here that does a box of produce and they put in a roll of toilet paper with it and they deliver it right to your door.
Why not? I mean, I think that's freaking awesome. That's fantastic. I mean, again,
Yeah, I'm not sure what that says about your food.
True. Here, you're gonna need this after you eat our food.
Of course, everyone's happy around here because weed's legal. So
So yeah, you're chilling. True. Yeah, I'm not in California either. So there you
Please
go.
asking Joanna, are there any interesting stories you can share with the talent you work with?
Jesus.
many interesting, not many I can share.
There you go.
We don't
Jay,
have
what do
enough
you think?
time, nor things should be censored. I will say though, for me, I think you can even say this, Joanna, as far as stories are concerned. Like for me, because I am still fairly new at the game. I still consider myself fairly new into the game. So when I went to like Dragon Con and I'm standing there going, what the hell is going on here? It's 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm still standing by the bar. They cleared out one area and I'm like, oh, you guys shutting down? They're like, no, we're cleaning it for 4 a.m. So when the club opens up in the convention room, I'm like, what is going? Like, one of those ones are kind of surreal for people that have never been to a Comic-Con or anything like that, to know how exciting, how amazing, how much fun those things can be. Because it's not made for
That's one of
everybody.
my favorite things is just watching the newbies get introduced to a show like Dragon Con and just the look of awe and, oh my God, I'm in over my head.
What is going on? Like, why am I seeing 8 to 12 blow up dinosaurs in an elevator dancing?
Is that the same Deadpool over and over again?
If I see one more Deadpool in a taco truck, I want to kill myself.
Yeah, why is there a secret party on the 7th floor, and how did I get here? Yeah, I remember Dragon Con. Someone was like, "Hey, you going to the rave?" I'm like, "Well, what time does that start?" Like 3 a.m. I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be there."
All right, it's one of those things where, again, for people that have never really been to a Comic-Con or something like that, it's such a great camaraderie with everybody around the whole thing. You know what I mean? It's almost like high school. You got certain kids that are in one clique. They're with the Marvel clique. You got the DC clique. You got people that are into certain things that are all together, but yet they all come unified under one roof. And it's one of those things that people are just appreciative of. And I think it's interesting to see a lot of celebrities, because some celebrities were like, "Oh, I don't do those things. Those are stupid. I don't." And it's like, dude, these are people that are looking up to you, or this is an outlet for them. And for them, for you to be in their city at that time is like huge. So it's like, it's interesting. Like I always say, like I said, for certain people, it's not for them. I'm like, well, if it's not for you, how is it not for you? First of all, just due to the fact that they're the ones that made you who you are today. Right. So you should thank them. Yeah, I get people. Some people are wackadoos. Some people are trolling. Some people, I get it. But the whole more general of people, it's like, man, this is really cool that these people appreciate it. And they're coming out to thank, even, I'm just saying, I'm going to speak for myself, thank me for all the stuff that I've done, because it led them to joy, and such joy. And it's cool, and whether they come up and buy a photo or not buy a photo, because I know some people like that too, are like that, where they're like, no, you can't come up to me unless you're going to buy a photo or whatever. Okay, that's for some people, not me. I'm like, dude, if there is no line, come on up and say, hi, I am here. This is what I'm here for. That's what I understand certain people that do it, or you can tell that they'll only do it like one time and then that's it. You'll never see them again, because and it's weird, because it's like, dude, those are your fans. That's how you got here.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you have a conversation with Brian Johnson, because he was that guy. He would he would yell at kids for like trying to get free stuff, and he would yell at the people taking photos of him from 100 feet away.
Tell Brian to shut the hell up.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
He did. It didn't take. Come on, Joey.
He's loosened up a lot since then, but there was a time where
getting off the junk kind of helped too. That was good. When you're at a bar and you're watching Richard Hatch playing pool with Sam Jones, Flash Gordon, you're like, holy crap, I just entered into the Twilight Zone. This is pretty damn awesome. And I got to play winner. So that was cool too.
That's the cool thing about all the shows too. I think it's for me. There are people that I would never hang out with in a million years, because we were not in the same roof. I'm not going to be hanging out, with Jason, Power Ranger, and a bunch of the Power Rangers, to Darth Maul, to whoever. It's just a cool group, and it's just awesome. I think it's awesome. I think it's always great for the community. I mean, that's why I came about it and jumped on board with Joanna with all this stuff. I think that's kind of where it ties in for me. And people always ask, well, how the hell did you get into this? It's like, I guess for me, again, it's always that love for it. Again, I went to conventions prior to, and now I'm part of it, signing and doing all that kind of stuff, which is great. I love it. I think it's fun. It's a blast.
Well, I think you're really good, because you be on both sides of the fence, because with you and Joanna having the agency, once again, Leveled Up Entertainment. But you get to see, I mean, from being on the side of the other side of the table, you get to see all this stuff. And you're one of the few who actually who understand. I think about Stephen Amell owns his own agency too, for something a little bit. So I think he doesn't do bookings for shows or anything, or he may, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But you get to see both sides of it, so you understand the fan side and the working man
It's
side.
not, yeah. You come to have that appreciation, especially with the fans, I think, and with the promoters and everything else. You know, and coming from somebody who is on both sides, I could say, listen, you know what? That's, you know, if somebody comes up to me sometimes or even says, hey, how about this celebrity maybe doing, you know, a Comic-Con or something, and sometimes I'm like, I'll ask, but I know that person, I know how that person is. They're not going to want to do it, or vice versa. I'm like, let me get this person because they're very personable. They love going and doing these things. They love being out. So it's one of those things where I give it to them real. I talk to the celebrity and say, listen, this is the deal. Either you're going to love it or you're going to hate it. There is no in between. There really isn't, because whether you like it because you're doing it for the money, you can tell. When somebody's sitting there and signing autographs, I know, we all know, you can tell who really wants to be there and who doesn't give a damn. You know what I mean? And it's like they're doing it, either some of them are just doing it for the money, some of it are doing it maybe even for promotion for the company that they're with, that they're doing it for. But you see people that are genuinely excited to be there and happy to see fans, which I love. You know, when you see those people, and that's why you see those people time and time again. That's why you see us time and time again, because we love doing it and we enjoy it and we understand how much of a fan people are and how it goes into their lives and what it means to them, it means to us. I think it's cool. No, that's just me.
Well, Ming's one of those people. He's one of those ones who just enjoys go to go, because 9 times out of 10, if you go by his table, he's not going to be there. He's wandered off somewhere else or 3 tables down talking to somebody else. So.
Oh yeah, like
Joey had to wander to the vendor room.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with him, and you know, I got my eye on my table. I'll run. I'll literally run back if I see someone over there. So.
Thanks, Liz.
Well, I know,
yeah, exactly. Fans can tell. Fans 100% can tell if the person wants to be there or not. You know.
That's one thing Joey and I really try to level up, is to get people who love being out there and meeting their fans, and not just people who are going to sit there and hate their life for a weekend.
Because we can get, I mean, again, you can get a celebrity A-lister, but they may not want to do it. You know, They may just not want to. Some people are just not built that way. It's not that they don't hate. It's not like they don't like their fans. It has nothing to do with that. Some people are just not built that way. And it's like hard to get people like that, you know. But then when you convince or say, hey, listen, you know, and that's what we do at Level Up too. Again, like we said, we do like a trial to say, hey, check it out. If it ain't for you, don't do it again. I tell them flat out. I'm not, again, with our company, yeah, it's nice to make the money. And yeah, we want to make the money. Don't get me wrong. But for us, it's for the safety, security, to make the artist happy, to make the celebrity happy. And coming from a celebrity, I don't even call myself a celebrity, but I think to myself, what would I want, or what would I like to see or be comfortable and secure when I'm going to a con? Not to go walk in and go, well, what's going on? Well, I don't know. There's a badge someone over there, and I think there's a green room that has some chips in it. And because we've all had that before. And again, it takes a certain person to go, screw it. What's the big deal? We're here to have a good time. Who cares about the situation of where I'm in a closet somewhere for a green room for an hour, and then I got to go out and see fans? We've all done it. You know, same thing with touring. I've been on tours back in the day where, you know, you go to a stage and you do a theater. Where's the dressing room? There is no dressing room. The theater is here, and this downstairs is just an empty room, a space. All right, let's do it. Whatever. We got to do what we got to do.
We all also deal with not just celebrities. That's one of the cool things I've noticed about you're enjoying this company, is the fact that you do comic book creators, you have bands, you have celebrities. You kind of gone the whole gambit as far as what's available. So you're leveled up. It's almost like just a one-stop convention if they wanted to book people.
True. Well, the beauty part, again, because you never know what the conventions really want. Sometimes it might be an artist, a musical act, a musical artist, or a cartoonist, or anime, or, you know, an actor in some sort of sci-fi. So we really do try to get it to where it's a little bit rounded, so we're not destined to one specific genre. So you're able to go to different things and go, okay, well, we have somebody from Mandalorian, we have somebody from Backstreet Boys. You know, it's completely crazy all over the place. But I think I like that because it does give diverse. You know, we're not going. I'm not sitting there going, well, yeah, I have all the Power Rangers, but that's it. You know what I mean? It's like we have one from everything to see if we can kind of piece those together, which is fun.
I got a shout out promotion here. Gene Lar said one of her favorite parts of Pensacon was the drink and draw outside the bar at the hotel. which we ended up hosting. We do every year for Christmas, do a drink and draw. So sorry, Joanna, go ahead.
I love it. No,
I was going to say like another. Wow, it went in my brain and came right back out. Oh, that's right. Not only are we doing conventions, but recently, within the last year and a half, we introduced doing live events. Ryan, who works with us, he runs those, making sure we've done everything from Nostalgia Personified, which is a Nickelodeon base, working with Danny Tamborelli and Lori Beth Denberg from all that. We also just launched a Wayward Live, which hosts Kim Rhodes and Brianna Buckmaster from Supernatural. And they're doing live podcasts right there, doing live events, kind of a little something that we can incorporate into conventions, but it's also something outside of that allows, fun times. I know we've done a lot of work with breweries.
And cool other to be able to, for people that listen to podcasts and all that stuff out there, I'm sure people are excited, but it's really cool to see the actual people do the podcast in front and live. I've done one before, actually, here in Orlando. It was through another podcast, but me and my manager, who we do a podcast called Two Cups of Joe, where we sat up there, went up there with them and had a conversation. And then we started getting calls to possibly do stuff like this. And of course, me and Joanna definitely been talking about doing stuff like that as well, bringing Two Cups of Joe out on the road as well. But with all this crap that's going on, we ain't going nowhere right now. So, but
you could also look for comic book shops as well, because like I said, y'all got a nice variety of comic book talent too. And us being a comic book shop, I mean, there's Free Comic Book Day, there's other events come around. Anybody from a comic shop could get a hold of you and book comic book talent as well.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, I again, it's one of those things where you got to be creative. You got to start kind of thinking a little bit outside the box, and think of different things of what we can do to help generate, obviously, revenue, but generate things for people to see and people that don't get a chance to see those things. Again, that's why I said I keep going back to where certain times, we'll go to Albuquerque, New Mexico. We'll go to certain places where I've never been or possibly been back in the day. And it's so cool to be out there and to see these fans and to see these people and see the expression on their faces, because they're so shocked that you're even there sometimes. They're like, I can't believe you're even in my city. Like, what the hell are you doing here? I'm like, well, there's a convention here.
Well, that's again, if you ever make it down this way, you'd love it here. We like I said, the whole thing was we're 24/7 bars open with the casinos being here, and Joanna knows what I'm talking about. We got a decent barbecue place that you can go to that will knock your sob off. We've taken Ming before too.
What's it called?
That place is phenomenal.
The Shed.
The Shed.
Yeah.
The Shed. Yeah, and Scott, it's a little bit more than decent. It's one of the better barbecue places I've been.
It's basically the entire building is made up of scraps. It's been completely redone. I think the first time it burned down, one time it got by plugs is right on the water. And every time people will donate everything from pallets. I think like even part of a roof in one room was a hot tub frame.
Yeah.
And so awesome. Yeah, it was just upside down. And you'll walk around, you'll see anything. One wall is nothing but license plates.
Yeah, license plates from all different places.
All right, so when we get the hell out of here and we get over to there, I need a trip. I need to be taken to that barbecue place.
Oh yeah, party at the Shed.
There's actually a school bus out there that they've converted and turned it into one huge smoker.
Oh no, that's awesome! Holy shit, that's crazy! Wow, mentally I'm thinking about that. I'm like, how the hell would they do that?
Welcome to Mississippi.
I love it. No, are you kidding me, dude? Lance is from Mississippi, so yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Jackson, Mississippi.
Well, that's where I'm originally from, just outside of Jackson, in the Brandon. But yeah.
Or is it Laurel? Laurel, Mississippi.
Laurel it's about an hour. We're right on the coast. Laurel is probably about an hour, 15 minutes north of us.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then Jackson's probably about 2.5 hours north of us. Let's see.
That's party driving right there. Go from Mississippi right to New Orleans.
We're only about. Well, we could start off in Pensacola, and Pensacola is an hour and 45 minutes away, and then hit here, and then New Orleans is an hour and 15 minutes away, and
there should be a barbecue tour of some sort.
I'm sure we can make
the lower 48. Oh, that'd be.
See, great. we can do a artist trip. We get celebrities instead of going to a convention, they actually go and you take them to dinner. That'd be a good idea too.
Oh, then you could hit breweries along the way and let them sponsor it and help it do it. Because Ming actually introduced me to my favorite bar in the New Orleans area over there. And I mean, once we went and met him there and we sat around and had a few drinks, I was just completely. He's like, go in the bathroom. Look, there's a shared universe sticker above the toilet.
Yeah, shout out to Courtyard Brewery in New Orleans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those same things. It's a little bit. You go outside, all the tables are cable spools. I don't think there's a single chair that is like any other chair that's there. It's freaking great.
I love it. I love it. I'm drinking too.
Carol says,
I love how to say swing by Moscow like it's a hockey
Swing by.
Oh, here's another one too. Rachel says Pleasant's barbecue in Ocean Springs is so good you can get your tires done at the same time.
That's a true story. There are two brothers. One brother owns the barbecue place. One brother owns a tire shop, and it's split down the middle.
That is awesome. I mean, why not? Think about that. That's great.
You got to do what you got.
One of the brothers wasn't a gynecologist. That would have sucked.
Oh, I've had a few hand grenades in New Orleans. No, thank you, Valerie.
Yeah, especially Mike, especially if they shared tools.
It was exactly. He's got you're losing that filter already. Good boy.
Once the drinks start flowing, I like my beer.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You like your beer and your tools? You like your beer and your tools?
Yeah, they I think the worst one was the last one we did. I had a little bit too much on that one.
See, I see for those Comic Cons, I gotta pace myself because I can't.
Yeah, that's a 3-day grind. You gotta get through all 3 days.
I'm like, I'll just drink maybe one day out of the weekend. Just pick a day. Because I will, there's no way I will function. I don't understand, man. Because like there are times that me and Joanna, after we're done, like the whole weekend, we'll go to dinner. We're like, let's go get something to eat. All right, we'll just sit there and just look at each other and eat and not say a word. Because you're constantly talking and everything. You're mentally drained. And I'm just sitting there going, hey, how's the food? Good, cool.
Yeah, Ming, I don't know how he does it. So you must survive on no sleep. I don't know how you can. You are like at every party, everything going on.
You're taking some freaking medicine or some shit, like some Chinese medicine, herbal shit that we don't know about?
Yeah, tiger penis and tiger penis will keep you going all weekend for sure.
Not even made a deal with God. He's using up all those years at the end of his life now. So he'll be dead at 53.
The same way where he just goes and goes.
Some people can do it. Yeah, how do you do it, Ming? What is your secret?
A lot of caffeine. Yeah, a lot of caffeine. A lot of caffeine and just adrenaline. I can't walk by a party that I don't go into. So
Ming, I actually have a theory about Ming that he's actually been cloned half a dozen times, and that's how he shows up in all of these different parties.
Each one more inferior than the other one.
He's actually a brother of like triplets.
Can we tell that story at Astronomicon? The guest who didn't show up.
Yeah, sure. Which one?
It was Bam
Margera.
Yeah,
that's shocking.
Yeah, no, I mean it was. I think it was the second day. First day, he's like, "I'm straight edge," and they took him out that night, and he's like, "I don't drink," and then boom, he started drinking, and we didn't see him for the rest of the time.
You gotta love Bam. You gotta love him. He is such a nice guy, but man, he gets in the weirdest situations for him in general, and even on top of that, hey, I don't drink. I gotta get you out, buddy. You've been drinking a little bit too much.
I'll tell you who's absolute worst is we were at a show and they had probably like 4 of the Disney princesses. They showed up late every single day. I mean, like sometimes they wouldn't even show up to like 4 o'clock, and the convention closed at 5. And then at 3 o'clock in the morning, you see them wandering down the street, singing songs and bothering people and stopping traffic. Yeah, they were the worst I've ever seen.
Can we name the princesses?
They really were.
I don't know. I don't want to name any names, but
but you'll let me go out on that limb, Scott. Thank you.
But as far as the Disney princesses, they really weren't Disney princesses, were they?
But they were the voice actresses.
The voice talents.
Oh, no way. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, they were the Disney princesses.
No, legit. Yeah, well, that's different. But they're voices. That's okay. Now, if they were legit, now my mental thing was they were dressed up in my head.
Oh, no cosplayers or anything like that.
Thank you. Okay, guys. Legit. Legit voices. Gotcha.
The actual voices, yes.
That's awesome. Oh, I love them now even more. You gotta tell me who they are later.
Oh yeah, we'll get off. I'll talk. We'll have a little talk.
It's not fair to the watchers now, Scott.
Oh no, I guess
He's scared of the mouse. You gotta be scared.
I don't blame you.
I'm always
I
scared
do
of the
have
mouse. You
one
kidding me?
story that I just cannot tell anybody, though, well, especially not in public anyway. But actually, our buddy Mike Grell was kind of a part of that story as well. So,
So they were singing like, look at this stuff, isn't it? neat?"
while they're holding a bottle of wine, look at.
Probably going. I wonder what it's like to be like under the sea. Let's jump in the pool, skinny dip.
Painting with all the colors of the wind.
What? Well, let me ask you, Ming.
Yes.
Without giving any names or details of anything of that sort, since you have been to many parties and we always see you because you spread yourself everywhere.
Yes.
What's probably one of the craziest ones you've ever seen?
Like cons or parties or
Like a con at a party. I mean, one of the ones we just went to not too long ago, Joanna, if you remember, everybody was jumping in the pool, jumping around. I'm not going to mention any names and stuff, but people were jumping in the pool half naked, half in their underwear, jumping around. We're just like, what is going on? This is awesome. I'm like, I didn't jump in there, but I saw everybody else do it.
well, going back to
Even the promoter jumped in the pool on that one.
Yep.
Going back to Dragon Con, it usually ends on I think Labor Day Monday, and usually that's when I would leave. But somebody was like, "Hey, are you going to the dump party?" I'm like, "What the hell? What the hell's a dump party?" And I found out that nobody leaves on Monday. That on Monday night, everybody takes all the alcohol that they'd never finished, and they bring it all down to a ballroom down in the basement of the Hilton, and they throw one last alcohol disposal dump party.
Oh.
And so I went down, and the hotel kind of endorses it. They're like, "Hey, as long as you clean it up by the end of the morning, you guys can do whatever you want down here." So I helped them set up tables, and all of a sudden, people started coming down with all the, it's everybody overbuys. You don't want to be that guy who runs out of alcohol at Dragon Con, and it's rows and rows of everything from moonshine to wine to Lord knows what else, and it goes on all night, and it got pretty crazy.
Ming got drunk on
This is
creme
why
de
I
menthe.
stay in my room at Dragon Con now.
Yeah, but if you're going, don't leave on Monday. Leave on Tuesday. Come to the party on Monday night.
If you can wake up on Tuesday.
Exactly.
Right?
And
That's why I try to leave. I try to leave because I know that I will stay and drink. I gotta leave.
yeah, and it's a free for all. It's free. Whatever's on the table, everyone's welcome to. And there's enough for everybody.
What was the thing we did, Joanna? I thought that was so much fun. The one with the haunted house. We went to a haunted house with a bunch of us.
That was Colorado Springs.
Was it Colorado Springs? Right before Halloween, they had like a thing, and they were like, "Hey, we did this last year. If you guys want to come, we'll open up the haunted house for you, and we'll let you guys go through." So it was a whole bunch of the celebrities.
Did a, in costume rehearsal before they launched it for the year for it.
But it was so cool because they were like, "Yeah, we got alcohol and pizza." And I thought it was like, "What?" So I'm like, "All right, don't tease me with a good time, alcohol and pizza." So, but we went.
That was Colorado Springs.
Where was
that
it?
was
What's the name of the people? They were
years
so
ago?
awesome.
Yeah.
They were so sweet. They were like, "Yeah, come up." And everybody that was in the haunted house itself all hung out, had a couple of drinks, had pizza, and then they all went back in the room, shut off all the lights, and then did the haunted house for us. But it was just us.
Mm-hmm.
We kept walking around. People had drinks there. I think Jeremy had a drink in his hand and got scared and spilled the whole crap everywhere through the drink at somebody. But it was just so cool. It's like, again, it's so amazing. We can't thank all the fans enough, people that are watching this, as far as people that have always been out there for all these different cons. I can't thank you enough how sweet and how welcoming they are. They say they're so appreciative. I remember where were we somewhere where they kept telling me I had to kiss a moose, and I kissed a freaking moose.
That was Pensacon.
That was McGuire's.
That was at McGuire's.
Yeah. Awesome. Shit's fun. I love it.
Yeah. You think COVID's bad now? That's how I got started. Is everybody kissing that damn moose?
Well, I mean, you look at before I started working for Scott, going to cons was a different experience. Being a parent taking my kids, now being sort of quasi behind the scenes, I see a little bit different ways. But for like my youngest daughter, Scott tell you, she lives for Comic-Con. Like, she loves meeting people. She loves seeing the cosplayers. She'll cosplay herself. But like I said, the experience she had with you, Joey, and I'm not just saying that because you're here. She still talks about you, and and she talks about Walter Jones, the original Black Ranger.
Yep.
He did a salsa merengue dance with her at the table, and she still talks about that. It's those experiences that the fans and families love to see, and
they will remember that for years. They'll remember that for years. And again, just like anything, even for me when I was young, I know it sounds so stupid and so crazy, but just the little things when I was young that I saw. This is me showing my age here. You ready? There was a parade that they have every year in New York City called the Ragamuffin Parade. And it was where people used to get dressed up back in the day. It was almost like a Halloween thing, but it was a parade where people walked by and then they were voting on who was the best costume. And you get like a sticker. You don't really know what that sticker was until at the very end. And my thing was if you win a bike. Like little things, you win little toys, but the big thing was a bike. But my claim to fame, I was so excited to meet her, was the woman from Romper Room. She was there as a judge, and I remember I was probably maybe 8 or 9 years old. So again, certain things, and I was like, oh my god, she was so nice. I was like, this is awesome. The chick from Romper Room is here. So again, you always remember that. So I'm sure the same thing with your kid, where you leave an impression on that person that is impressed forever. Whether it be good, whether it be bad. Hopefully it's good. But it's always that amazing thing to have that first, again, great con experience is something that a child will never forget. Of course, Josh, again, if you bring your child for the first time ever, they will never forget that. My kid always talks about a bunch of different things, my daughter Chloe, on certain things that we've done. And it might have been when she was 5 years old, but for some reason she'd be like, hey, Daddy, remember when we met so-and-so and how much fun we had? And you're like, yeah, Chloe, I do remember that. Like, how the hell do you remember that? It's embedded in their brain, man. They'll never forget it, which is, again, I always remember that. For me, it's like, I know where I came from. Everybody has their bad days. I get it. We all do. But when you're out on that floor and you're doing something like that and you're having a bad day, they don't know that. You don't know what day that person's having as well. So you try to make that common ground of going, hey, we're here. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy it. And people are like, you know what? I was having a really bad day or such and such happened, but you helped me out. If I do that, I did my job. You know what I mean? I did something in my life that makes me feel good about it, that I made that person happy, which I love. I think it's one of those things where you get instant gratification, especially at Comic-Cons. You get that instant gratification of someone coming up to you and going, hey, this, as opposed to, you get celebrities that are actors. They only see that you're loved when the movie's played. You know what I mean? Like, they don't see the fandom. They don't see a lot of that stuff. A lot of actors don't get a chance to really see that stuff because they're always inside doing things. Yeah, they see it for the red carpet and all that stuff, but they don't actually see it. To where I think for me, because I grew up doing a lot more music stuff in the concerts, you get that instant gratification right then and there. And I think that's what for me personally, I feed off of. I love that. I love that instant gratification. That's why I did Broadway. That's why I do live shows a lot more times as opposed to films. Films are great, and I love doing them. But it's awesome getting that instant gratification, like I said.
Here's a quick question I kind of wanted to pose to the group really quick.
No!
So obviously, if anyone's ever taken a look at Level Up's client base, we aren't the typical comic-based, nerdum fandoms. And we've gotten some flack for, people like Joey, Backstreet Boys. I feel like the tone of Comic-Cons and guests have changed and have switched over not just to comic-based, but more to just all over pop culture. What do you guys think about that? Seeing new blood coming in, seeing people who aren't necessarily, associated with comic work being guests at events.
Well, honestly, I think the term Comic-Con got away from being comic events quite a while back. I mean, I really think that most of them are really considered pop culture things. It may have started that way. I think Comic-Con is just a general term, even though San Diego's got it copyrighted apparently. But it's just a common term that will refer to anything as far as fandom goes. I mean, you could be a fan of anything, and Comic-Con, rings with your heart.
Yep. No, yeah, sorry. Were you gonna say something, Mike?
I was just gonna say I think you're absolutely right, Scott. That Ming and I are fans who became famous for being comic book nerds. I mean, and like you, Joey, I don't call myself I'm not a celebrity. I'm famous for D-list celebrity, for, a very specific group. But meeting you was great at Walker Stalker back in the day. That was fantastic. And to see you guys there, it was like, holy crap, this is Walker Stalker expanding.
It's getting more attention, right?
Exactly. And I think it benefits, especially since Comic-Con or any pop culture con is a place you can go and instantly be accepted, no matter what you love. Except for those My Little Pony people. They have their own thing.
Bronies.
Them alone. We kicked their nest one time, and boy, did we get stung for it. But
don't mess with the bronies, bro. Don't mess with the bronies.
Do not mess with bronies. But there's, Kevin Smith said it best. There's room at the table for everyone.
Yep.
So, and this is a place where you can go. You can be safe. If you're nerdy and you're socially awkward, so be it. I mean, that's
cool. The place to be.
Exactly. You can talk to anybody you want.
I think that is the beauty of cons all around, to where it's interesting. And I do come across a lot of kids that are completely socially awkward, or they're not the in crowd, or they're not cool, or they don't think they're cool, or they don't think they're hip. And you're like, dude, you just made a freaking you made a Jedi outfit out of a garbage bag, and it looks like the freaking costume. What are you talking about? That's a freaking amazing. How the fuck did you do that? Let's be real here. It's like one of those things where you think people like, well, I'm not really good. I'm like, dude, you just made that on your own. That says something right there. First of all, let's go there. And then let's move a little forward. It's like you have a love and passion for whatever that may be. And I think that's what's so awesome with cons is all is welcome. It doesn't matter what you love or what you like. You are definitely accepted in this, with exactly, Tracy, with pop culture. We don't hate the ponies. Haley, I just said the bronies are brutal. They'll cut your throat. They'll slit you.
Oh, yeah. I'm already on their hit list.
You say something bad about Rainbow Dash, they'll fucking stab you in the heart. So be careful. Be careful.
I think whatever world you're in, we have so much crossover audience that everyone should be.
We got flack. I mean, we got flack for it.
I know.
Even me, they're like, "What the hell are you doing here? You're a freaking boy band. What are you?" And I looked at it. The best part about it was some people have said that to me, and I'm like, "You're right, but your wife is coming to see me. Your girlfriend is coming to say hi to me."
Yeah. So.
And on top of that, your girlfriend or your wife would never come to these cons.
Right.
This is giving them a reason to come to this con. So shut your mouth. Enjoy it, that they actually are having an interest in what you like.
Exactly.
They may hate you for playing freaking D&D all day long and throwing your damn dice, but they're going to love it because one of us is there.
Not only that, you run into that guy, you tell him, and I was on your girlfriend or wife's wall when they were 16. So where were you?
Yeah, I think
on your father's eye is what you were.
I think the biggest part is just the fact that most of the people that go to these things, it completely, I guess the whole generation or the whole thing is just more accepting and more open-minded than what they used to be. I mean, liking a lot of this stuff growing up, used to get you beat up, whether you liked certain music or certain comic books or certain movies or Star Wars or Star Trek or whatever. Nowadays, it's almost become a chic, cool, in thing to do. But overall, the majority of the people that go to conventions and attend, they're very open-minded and accepting because they know what it was like for people not to be accepting them way back when.
True. Very, very true.
And I like the con that can balance it out, though. I mean, you got the cons that can have the celebrities and also the comic guests. I mean, that's what makes Pensacon, in my opinion, one of my favorites, because you have that balance. And the worst side of the fence you go, you want to spend the whole day in Artist Alley, you can. You want to spend the whole day with the celebrities, you can.
Right.
Thanks,
Jennifer. What I think, what for me too is like, it's one of those things. I mean, it could just be that you're hot.
Could be.
I think they're talking to you, Ming. Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
thank you, Jennifer.
I got into this, and I work with boy bands and with people who are pop culture and not necessarily comic guys. But I myself am a huge comic nerd. I mean, I've got stacks of slabbed comics, boxes of
What's
boxes.
the freaking things that you go crazy for? The girl model, the freaking
the bombshell, the DC
Yeah.
bombshell statues. Yeah.
That would be it. We'd walk around the floor. She's like, I'm looking for bombshells. I'm looking for bombshells. I'm looking for bombshells.
Yeah, I think I helped you out with a few of those, didn't I?
Yeah, Scott helped me out with some of those.
Good job, Scott.
I've never asked any because I don't. Do I have? Maybe I probably do. What is each of you? What is your prized possession of something that you have that is like one that you will not give up, or something that's so precious to you that you would that's your prized possession? What artifact? What toy? What is yours? Scott, we'll go around. What is yours?
Actually, but one of mine is actually a client of y'all's. I've known Mike Grell for a long time. But growing up, he was
Such an
the
awesome
first
guy.
person.
Love Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
He was the first person I could tell you.
Another grandfather.
Yeah. But growing up, he was the first person I could tell you when I saw his artwork in a comic. I knew exactly who it was. I could tell you his name. And, over the years, never thought I would actually end up being friends with Mike. I consider Mike part of our family. Mm-hmm. And, now I used to dream of the day I could talk to Mike Grell and talk comics and everything else. Now me and Mike talk about 2 or 3 times a week, and we never talk about comics. We talk about his medical stuff and how things are going with him and his fiance. And he asked about my daughter. But when he was here, he signed the very first comic I ever bought my own money was Superboy and Legion of Superheroes, and actually got him to sign it. And he saw in his signature. I had the only CGC book, the slab book I own. And the only reason I have because I had to have this in the CGC database. The comic's not worth crap, even slab, but it says something to the effect it would have been cheaper if I would have taken you out and bought you some crack.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
That's true.
Jay, what about you?
Well, I have many things in my collection that I prize, but something that Scott recently was doing for me, Funko made the Megazord pop, and Scott was going around and getting it signed, and at the shop it had some astronomical price, so it wouldn't sell. And then lo and behold, last year for my birthday, he gave it to me, and so it's signed. I got it signed by a Pink Ranger, so now it's signed by every Mighty Morphin who's alive, Ranger.
Wow.
And so I value that in my collection as one of my prized pieces.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we put like $5,000 on it. Just nobody would ever pay for it, but that's kind of what rub it in his face for a little while. So we got all the signatures on it.
You're good friends. You guys are good friends.
Jay's like, can I pay it off? He's like, no. Cash up front.
I have a Star Wars poster signed by Carrie Fisher, and I got it signed by her New York Comic Con 2017. So it was right before she passed away. And I remember I was walking by her table. She was packing up, and I'm like, should I go over there? She's about ready to leave. I'm like, you know what? I might not get this chance again.
Yep.
Went over, and she was out of glitter, so she didn't glitter bomb me. But she signed that poster, and thank God I got it. So
right. It's like one of those things.
Yeah, any kids out there?
Stan Lee for me.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be scared. Go up there and just get it done. You never know.
The worst they can say, just like anything I always tell people if they come up to me, what's the worst I can say? No.
Nope.
Yeah. Not going to hurt you. No. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. You didn't lose anything.
No.
Yeah.
Nothing. Joanna, what about you?
Oh, gosh. I've got quite a few things that I've collected over the years.
That cat suit you have in the closet that you take every now and then, right? Is that what it is? Catwoman suit?
Skeleton.
with comics, I really became a huge fan of Dawn McTeague, and I actually have one of her original sketch pieces that she had when she was working on Divinica #1. So
nice.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal for me. I mean, working in the field that I work in, I've had so much opportunity and ability to get collectible pieces that most people would never have the chance to, which is so much fun. But yeah, I think that's probably one of my favorite pieces right now.
Mm-hmm. Mike?
Yeah, forget about the whole NSYNC stuff. I'm over that.
Dude, you can get that any day. Exactly. Once you get it, you know you can get it. Like, screw that.
I have a piece that was done for me on Comic Book Men. George Perez drew like one of my favorite characters, and he gifted it to me. And it's screen used. It's mine. You know, they didn't even say, oh, this is property of AMC. It's like, dude, we did this for you because
it's got your name on it. So
it's got my name on it. So, well, not my last name. They could have given it to some executive named Mike.
True.
But it's hanging in our podcast studio. It's it's a piece of our history, and it's one of the things that I would never ever get rid of.
Yeah, that's one of a kind, man.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I've gotten little things over the years and certain things, but it's I think the actually I'll show it to you right now because it's legit. This is how dorky I am. I'm not even kidding you. It is next to my bed.
Joey,
on the side, is on my nightstand. This is probably
we don't want to know what you're using it for.
Joey, is it a Ming Chen signed photograph?
Yes. Hang on. It's Ming naked. It's amazing. You should see it. I have a zoom in.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at while he's going. Some other people said. Carl said, "Is Mark Texera a Ghost Rider commission?" Which there's a little story behind that one.
There's a good story behind that one.
Mark,
Yeah.
Right on the side of my bed, I have a picture. He came to one of our concerts with NSYNC. He came with his wife and his son, and he was there, and I was freaking. I didn't say a damn word, and I just stood there for a while, kind of just in awe. And everybody looked at me like, "Are you gonna say something?" I'm like, "No, I'm enjoying hanging out right here." So, and one of the things he asked, he's like, who's one of your choreographers? Because my son loves your dancing. And since he wasn't able to sign it, his wife was legalized to sign it. So it's one of the promotional pictures. And his wife, Diana, signed it. So he gave me a couple things here because he knew that I was a big fan, and he came out to one of the shows before he passed when he was in his wheelchair, when he was paralyzed. And it was one of those things I was like, this is freaking surreal right now. I'm like, holy shit. Like in awe of him because I was a big Superman fan. Just me in general, just a huge Superman fan. So obviously his wife was legalized to sign it because he couldn't sign anything. But I have that. I have other things that he actually signed. But I think that's it's on the side of my bed. It's literally on my nightstand. That's why I grabbed it. It's literally on the nightstand on my bed. I think it's one of the it's just a cool. I don't know. It's just a cool ass picture. It was great that I actually got a chance to meet him before he passed. It's like one of those things. I mean, again, I have so many other freaking things, but it's like that's one of my main things for me.
If there's a fire, that's the first thing you grab.
Yep.
And it's on your nightstand, so it's
on my nightstand. It's right there. It's the first thing. That and my buddy has. I mean, again, I can get geeked out all day long. I have one of the Night Riders, one of the cars from the show because I went and got it at an auction. I thought it was fake. And then when I actually went and did the research, they didn't strip the VIN number, which they normally do for production cars. But when I searched the VIN number, it went directly to Universal Studios.
Oh man,
nice.
Which is crazy.
Actual car.
So yeah, I got one of the ones that were in they were for the shots and I'm pissed off that I didn't pick it up and I should have and I didn't. That's my fault. But then again, what the hell am I going to do with this freaking thing? They had a cover that would go over the whole car when they would shoot it up. And it hit all the things, and it was like a big sheet that went over it supposedly, but I had no place to put it, so I said, I don't even want it. I wanted the car. The car had the steering wheel in the back seat, and I thought it was a driving one, but that was fake. So I thought the car was actually fake. I lost my shit. I almost wanted to kill somebody. But then when I did the research, it went down all the way to Universal Studios.
Wow.
And it didn't have a title. And I had to get the title, but in the paper it said sold as is. But the title was at George Barris. George Barris had the title.
Oh, wow.
And I legitimately had to call George Barris before he passed. He wanted to sue me. He was trying to do all this. Dude, I have all the legal documents. It's crazy. That's a fun prize possession to where I almost had to sue George Barris because he would not give me the title. Yeah, the car was sold as is, but it traced down to him having the title, and I wanted the title so I can drive it around. So now that it's street legal, I put a 350 engine in it. I kind of repainted it and stuff like that. But it's one of the cars that was from the show that were far away exterior shots is what it was. This is what I finally found out what this car did.
Do you put like a little cassette tape in it that will have Kit's voice in it?
It doesn't, but back again, it's older. I've had it for such a long time that I used to have an iPhone dock in it, and when you put the iPhone dock in it, the music, any of the music that would go, it would talk. So if you put any vocal thing in it, I put a brand new system in it. I put speakers that would blow the whole. I mean, I did stupid shit, but it is what it is.
William Daniels is still alive, Joey. So you can get him.
I should get him to do some stuff. Yeah,
Joey,
true.
Yeah.
I think you're driving a little too fast.
Maybe you should recline the seat and let your lady take over. That would be amazing. So I got a lot of prized possession things, but the picture of Christopher Reeve is probably one of the ones that I just back in the day before he passed, I saw that. I was like, that is freaking awesome.
Oh wow,
it's interesting to see what people's
I like the Kit thing.
Huh?
I don't know. I'd have to say the Kit thing though.
Yeah, I think he kind of blew us out of the water there, Joe.
It's worth more to me than a freaking car. Think about that.
Yeah, that's huge. That's awesome.
I mean, come on, dude. Look at Christopher Reeve's package. Look at that, dude. If I was Lance Bass, it'd be amazing. Look at that.
Oh man.
He ain't flying solo.
and where do we go from here?
That's what happens, people.
Apparently, only half of us are drinking. I think the other three need to catch up.
You don't want me drinking, Joanna. You don't want me drinking. Trust me.
No.
You turn into Frank the Tank, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Go on, we're all going streaking.
Streaking in the quad.
You don't want to see that either.
No, you don't want to see that.
But again, overall in general, with people that are new to cons and stuff like that, it's amazing. People that haven't done it yet or haven't seen it, or people that are watching now. Again, hopefully once this whole Corona thing opens up and everybody's able to go back out and kind of be normal, I honestly, for me personally, I do look forward doing those. I don't do them a lot, but I love doing them again because it does make me appreciate the fans and people that are out there. It does appreciate everything that's going. Yeah, it's 5:00 somewhere, Liz. That is correct. It just makes me appreciate people, and I think that's what's so nice about it. And again, we all have our days. We may not want to do it all day long, or we may not do it. The weekend we're sitting there and it's Sunday and we're sitting there going, "Oh, I need to get the hell out of here because I'm exhausted." I always think of the person that's coming in that door that day, has been saving their money for months, has been wanting to come to see this convention, and to me make their day brighter for 5 minutes. I'll do it. Because I love making people happy. That's first and foremost for me.
Well, I was gonna say this right here, Joe, Carl Wallace is actually a friend of ours. You talk about your favorite possessions. He's talking about this Mark Texera Ghost Rider commission he got from him. You might enjoy this. Mark was here, and he actually commissioned Mark to do a Ghost Rider piece. Paid him for it, everything else. Well, I think about a week later, Mark was supposed to be here for 3 days and stayed for like 2 months. Yeah, and I'm not exaggerating, but so when Carl finally ended
up painting the guy's house, Joey.
Yeah, he would sleep here in the shop on top of the comic boxes, but
he was asleep on top of the box. Like, what the hell is this?
But basically, so on the back of the piece it says Carl Wallace Ghost Rider. On the front of it, where he actually did the piece, it probably has about 13 different characters. It's freaking gorgeous.
Right.
But guess who the one character who is not on there is?
Ghost Rider.
Yes, there's no Ghost Rider whatsoever.
Why would Ghost Rider be on a commission for Ghost Rider? I mean,
the one character Mark is known for more than anything else, that's the one character not there.
That's brilliant. That's like Alfonso Ribeiro not doing the Carlton dance.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
When you're known for it, you gotta shine it. But I think that's hilarious.
So you're saying that is unusual?
I think that's what he's trying to say. Yes.
Let's see.
Now, when Carl finally did get his Ghost Rider piece, Mark was a little inebriated, and the things that were drawn around Ghost Rider, we can't really talk about on live.
That's fantastic.
Oh yeah, there was some other stuff on there too. Yeah, we won't go there.
That's what makes it fun.
I have heard many a story about Tech Sierra.
I love the guy to death. He's I mean, he really and truly he's one of the nicest guys in the world, but it's like babysitting a 300-pound baby.
What happened?
I've talked with Mark. Mark's very, very sweet, but Steve has warned me against working with him for many reasons.
Yeah, I think the last show we were at with him, we booked him for, and he was leaving the lobby with his suitcase. I'm like, dude, where are you going? He's like, oh, I'll be right back. Probably about an hour and a half later, he comes back and he brings his suitcase. But as he's pulling upstairs, I hear clink, 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 clink. It's like, Mark, what are you doing? He's, I had to run to the liquor store and fill up his things. So rather than go to the bar, he was filling up his drinks up in his room and bringing them back down.
And to this very day, he calls me Sue.
Why is it Sue?
My name is Sue.
A boy named Sue.
I don't even know.
I walked by his room. The door was wide open. I'm like, hey, Mark. He goes, Sue. He runs out and gives me a hug. And every time he sees me, he calls me Sue. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Once all of this COVID thing is done and over with, Joey and I have been talking. We're working on a few new clients that hopefully we'll be able to get out, running around in 2021. Can't say anything yet. It's not for sure, but we're still working behind the scenes. Even though, we don't have anybody out there right now, but we're hoping to bring some new talent out.
It's because there's nobody out there right now.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, and I wish you guys the best of luck.
Yeah. I have one more question. Do you feel, because I felt this way, I think, because I've been there before, because we were talking about cons, how everyone is accepted. The hardest part about one of them, I think, and it's just me because there's so many A-listers, is San Diego Comic-Con. It's like you get lost in this shuffle, because I know I'm a negative D-lister. So when the A-listers come, you just get kind of pushed.
All right, then I got to drop down to like the Q list, and actually no, I can't even go Q because
the Brian Q Quinn list.
Oh,
that's the list I was on because I did stuff at Petco.
Oh, damn it! The Z list, because Zapcic, that'll work. The Z list. So thank you, Joey, for knocking me down another.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Believe me, I understand completely. I don't go to San Diego Comic-Con because I don't like getting, not me personally, but getting lost in the entire shuffle right there. It's insane.
It is one of the biggest. Yeah, for people who've never been to the San Diego Comic-Con, it is like it's close to Dragon Con, but I feel Dragon Con is more of a whole entity kind of thing. You know what I mean?
It's
more
where
you get San Diego, and again, it's not to knock anything down. It's to promote all the new stuff that's coming out, right, as far as more of film, toys, comics, everything you name it. The new stuff is there because it's close to LA, I think.
Yeah,
but
San Diego is more
so massive.
I think San Diego is more like a Hollywood convention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say, Joe, do you recommend conventions to your celebrity friends that might be on the fence about guests because you've had? Yes, of course. Like I said, I've asked Dave. I've asked so many people to do it, and some have said yes, I'd love to do it, and they did it once and said you're out of your damn mind. And then there's some people that have done it that are like, oh my god, I love it. When can I book another one? So you get.
Well, that's how Murph from Impractical Jokers got started with us, and he loves it. He's always calling me up. He's like, "When's the next one? What can I do?" He's like a little addict now with it.
I remember back in the day, speaking of earlier, rewinding about Shock and Jock, we had, when I did a film, I did Incubus, Jonathan Silverman, who did Weekend at Bernie's, all that stuff. He has never done a convention like that. The very first time he did it, he was freaked out. He's like, there were people hugging, there were people touching me, there were people shaking my hands. I didn't know what to do. And it was, but then he got used to it and then he was okay with it. But the very first initial, let's go out there, it's a totally different world for certain people. It really is. So, but we're keeping our fingers crossed. Hopefully, we'll be doing. What are we coming out? We're going to do Huntsville. Is that the first thing?
Huntsville.
I went last year. They run a great show.
They're great. They're awesome.
Yeah,
they're awesome.
Yeah,
Joey was actually the first year that they ever had celebrity guests.
That's awesome. Yeah, I really.
That's not too far away from us. We might have to make a trip up whenever if they decide to have it.
We've got a pretty heavy roster there of level up clients. Jeremy's great. I can't recommend that show enough.
Big shout out to Jeremy Long for sure.
Much in so little time.
Yeah, again, when you get hustlers like that and you see people that have been through the cons and see what's going on and able to make their own con per se, again, we've always talked about it. Level Up has always talked about it. I don't think we're 100% ready yet. I think just due to the fact it has nothing to do with like, oh, we don't have the funds, or we don't have this. It's a big freaking thing to take a hold of, and you're risking a lot when you're having your first con. And just like any business, you're risking it. You're going to try to see what happens. We've had one that we went to a con that it's like Voldemort, we shall not name, but it was one of the worst things I've ever been to in my whole entire life. And I think because of the fact that it's not that they were not good people, I think they had way higher expectations than anything in the world. And they're trying to offer you the world. And you're like, dude, this is not legit tangible. What you're doing here is you're going to a place that nobody has never done this, or you're trying to get certainty. Like, grow. Don't go massive. Go small and then get bigger. Because if you're going so small and if God forbid something goes down, you're not killing yourself. You don't. Again, a lot of these companies, a lot of these promoters, they do start out small and they just grow big, just like anything. Some people want to go, let's go now. It's like, take your time. Even with Fat Ones, the hot dog place, I got one truck. I had a food place in the Florida Mall. Didn't think that it was going to work, and it didn't. So I moved on and did just the food truck. And it's been way better. But again, I'm not blowing up and expanding so much bigger to where it's going to get out of my reach to where I can mess up. What does Dave say? Joe, if you could be cast as a superhero, what would you be? And the rest of the panel.
Oh no, the rest of the panel, who should Joey be?
Yeah, right. Oh wow. For me,
he should be his own comic character and be the fat one.
I'd be the clown from.
I mean, he already was with Robot Chicken, but enter the fat one.
Yeah. Yes.
I would love to be John Leguizamo, the clown in Spawn. That's what I would do in that film.
Oh, wow.
That's a great pick.
I'll let you be the Violator from Spawn. There you are.
There you go. I don't know who I would be. Who would I be? I don't know. I'd be Fat One. That would be a new superhero.
He should be Zordon, the new Zordon.
There's too many ideas going through my head right now.
All right,
some good, some not so good.
So Joey, Jason's daughter had a request. She wanted me to post a picture of you and her when y'all took it together. His littlest daughter. So
she's watching with her sister. Her mom's
yes.
Nice.
And
Nice.
that is Jalen.
Hi, Jalen. She's around. Tell her it's
I'm
hello.
sure she's listening.
She's listening.
But yeah, in addition to Huntsville,
Sorry,
after
I
that,
apologize. I said a couple of bad words.
Fingers
She's been
crossed.
around
That
me.
this
She's used to it.
not only do we have Huntsville, we've got Colorado Springs in August. We've got Cincinnati Comic Expo in September. We have hopefully Philly, and then we also have Rhode Island in November.
Yeah.
And then
Just
anybody
keeping our
listening, if
fingers
y'all are
crossed.
interested in booking into their clients, please go on their website. It is
levelup-entertainment.com. There you go.
That's
there we go. If y'all can go to their website and you can look at who they have to offer, and you can book. You can have them at your show, at your shop, at your event. Just
Bar mitzvah,
get hold of them and let them know
weddings.
your bar mitzvah, weddings, karaoke
Nobody likes
parties.
weddings.
We do corporate parties. We had Zach Ward out at a corporate Christmas party this last December. So
Mhm. Again, we try to bring people as much out as we can. Again, we are honest as honest can be. Meaning, we obviously want to work. We all want to make money, but yet we want to make people happy. So if we can make people happy and brighten their day with people that they're fans of, whether it be in the anime world, whether it be in the acting or music or anything, we try to help out as much as we can. And again, for me, learning about the whole Comic-Con industry, I think it's amazing. It's fascinating. It's a great community. People always are willing to help out anytime, any way. Sometimes it does get like high school. Let's be freaking real here. It is what it is. But that's like any business that you come across. So I again, if I didn't appreciate it and like it, and also the repercussions of learning about it in an interesting light, I could say that. It made me open up my eyes and go, you know what? I would love to do this. And for other celebrities that are willing to want to do this, to get to really get out in touch with their fans, this is the great thing to do. And again, for celebrities out there that are watching this or seeing this, you don't have to do it every day of their lives. They don't have to do it all the time. Every once in a while, it's really nice. It's great to get out there. I think it is, just because they're your fans, man. They appreciate your work. They appreciate what you do. So thank them by coming out. Why not? And you make a little money on the side. Why not? It's a win-win.
Make sure you listen to your friends. Joanna can attest to. There's a few shows I tried to warn her away from, and she had to learn the hard way.
Those ones were not all my fault. Just throwing that disclaimer.
We all learned. Again, I lived and I learned. I learned who to finally trust, who to not trust, how to go about it, who's, it's part of my French, who's full of shit and who's not. I mean, that's basically it. I started talking to some of the people at the con and said, man, I said, listen, you do what you got to do. You're out to get whatever you get. I'm trying to keep a clean, honest ship. I don't sugarcoat shit. I say what it is. It's grueling sometimes for celebrities. You're sitting there for hours. You're signing autographs. You're saying hi to different people. Sometimes you say hi to the same people 7, 8, 9 times because they're coming up to say hi to you on your line. It is grueling. But again, it's the gratification of those people appreciating what you do, loving that you actually came out to say thank you. And again, those people are saving their hard-earned money, workers out there that are spending their money to come and see you. So make it a great experience. Why not?
Well, cool. Well, guys, everybody, I want to thank y'all for coming by and doing this. I want to do something like this again soon. This was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You tell me. I mean, again, we usually you schedule things. We're here an hour and a half talking and stuff like that. So I'm always down. So if I can make it happen, even weekends are always good for me, especially with doing this because I do the other show. But Scott, you know me. You let me know. I'm down.
All right, cool. And if y'all want to hang around for a second, we're going to just say bye to everybody. Ming, Mike, thank y'all for coming by and doing what you do with the Shared Universe Podcast Studio. Y'all been a big help and some good friends for all of us out here. So thank you very much.
Mike, yes. Ming,
I'll see you soon, my friend.
Yeah. And Joanna, Jay, thank you too for being some of the best people I know, and we will see everybody again soon.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
All right.